Hey everyone, this is Katina from IAT1M Ministries, and I wanted to talk about how Satan, the devil, is pretty much infiltrating our children with indoctrination. He's really trying to get our children to, convince us just adults. I mean, we've already succumbed to empathizing and being sympathetic towards children who are facing or dealing who are extremely at a sensitive level dealing with sexuality identity, and it's a real crisis, and to the point to where it's in the schools. Think about it, our kids, it's just like how God feels about us. God, he will do whatever it is, possible, I guess, within his will to give us whatever we want. Same thing with us, with our children. We'll give our children whatever we want. We'll, you know, from infants, as soon as we start crying, we go to babying, we go to doing whatever it is. But, we have to think about this. There's some things, because they are unholy, that God just won't bend on. And, we are a sub-creation of God. God is spirit, we're of spirit, we're his creation. And, if God is not going to himself, because he created man in his likeness and image, if God created, himself, a subdivision of himself, and the commanding laws are based off of things that he wouldn't do, what makes you think he's going to allow us to do it, and he's going to be acceptable to allowing us to do it? So we have to be mindful and careful of what we're allowing our kids to indoctrinate us with. And look at these tactics. Look at Satan's plans to infiltrate the adults, and he's using the children to do it. Satan's been doing this for years, been getting to the kids. I look back on things that I know that he's, he starts at a young age with getting to the kids, and we have been attacked for so many years. I think about what the devil has been using against me. And if a child doesn't know what he's going through, or he or she, from the dreams, from different moods or emotions, or however these imps, these demonic and satanic attacks, however these things can just get into your mind and your head and make you just do whatever, or have a child to go against his parent, have siblings to go against each other, just whatever it is. Satan has done it. He continues to do it. I look at, my relationships, how I've been used, and how I see others he's used against me. He's come to steal, kill, and destroy. That's, it's no doubt about that. It's just how much we're going to allow him to get away with. Look at, anything that you've gone through, anything that you've had a direct, how do I say this, calls in, or you were, an impact on something, or how you were directly impacted, or, just think about it. Look at, we got so many children, who are, coming to their parents, and the thing is, we don't know how to deal with it. We have to pray to God. We have to come to the Lord on how we can help our children through this identity crisis. We are all God's creation. I want to say that we are all his children. God doesn't want anyone to perish. And the only way that we can do that is we have to call out to him. But not to get off but I definitely want to just bring to the forefront the infiltration of indoctrination, and that's through our kids. Our kids are our hearts, and we as parents, because there are some parents who definitely really held down the fort. They weren't bending, but they just didn't have the resolutions. They didn't know how to deal with you know the children fighting with these different crises. A lot of children have committed suicide because if they got something constantly impacting and at their heads, telling them who they are, whether they're a boy, whether they're a girl, whether they're in love with a boy, whether they're in love with a girl, whatever, depending upon the sex that they are. And if it goes against the values of of their upbringing and even their family, people see it as embarrassment before they see it as a satanic attack. So now that we have this aha. I mean, I'm pretty sure this aha has been there for years. It's just that we just have to address it. Put the nail on the head, or hit the nail on the head and address it. There's infiltration of indoctrination, and it's through our kids getting to the parents, and through sexuality. It's in a lot of stuff. There's infiltration of everything. Women. It's you don't want to be another statistic or the bad mistake, or because you made this. Now we're now not now. We've been killing our children, just so that we could have, or just whatever. If we're not supposed to have premarital sex, or just fornication, if it's not allowed. There's reason why laws are in place. There's reason why God has commanding laws in place. And if there are laws of the land that are in place so that we can stay in line or stay safe, or just whatever it is, what makes sense to have in place so that we can live fulfilled lives, what do you think that God would want? God also wants us to have a fulfilled life, and He wants us to be able to live freely without hurt, harm, or danger. So if God has these from the beginning commanding laws in place, it just only makes sense to where I don't understand why we wouldn't be able to see this. I mean, but again, that's the deception rule of the devil, and we really need to get a hold of this. We really need to address this issue. We really need to figure out what it is that we have to put into place. What can we do socially? What can we do to educate parents, children? And how do you go so far as to educate a child on, first of all, its true identity, being a creation of God, and to say that, hey, this is the true story of what happened, and this is why you're being attacked mentally, to say that you're something other than what you're being controlled or being enslaved to think that you are. And your emotions, your mind, your feelings, everything is being played with, and you're being played with. And you're being played with because Satan wants you to go to hell with him. Basically, that's just what it is in a nutshell. Satan is trying to get your child. Satan is trying to get us all. So he's going to use our children to do it. He's going to use us to do it. So we have to get at the root of what the devil is trying to do. And we have to figure out how to get around that. Outside of praying, that's what I mean. We have to figure out. Prayer is the first and foremost. It is the number one. It is using whatever God has provided us as resources to fight against attacks. First of all, believing and having that relationship with the Lord is first and foremost. And then everything else thereafter, we definitely should wait on the Lord for it. But that's just, again, some food for thought, how our children are being used. It's in the schools now. We got parents allowing their children, just saying it. It's okay for you to feel this way. It's okay for you to. It's not okay, because first off, it's not our children's thinking. Our children are being manipulated into these thoughts. They're being manipulated into these feelings. They're being manipulated just so that their souls could belong to the devil now at this point. So what's important? Is it important to adapt to the things of this world? And is it more important to for your child to be, let me just see, because again, we got to look at this on an eternal level. We can't look at this on a temporal, because the things of this world, this here is just temporal, and we have to ensure that our children's souls are going to heaven and not to hell, right along with our own. So just because of some temporal feelings, fleshly, of the body, because of what we feel our body wants, the body thinks it needs. When you are capable of allowing these type of feelings and things to infiltrate you like that, then your flesh is in control. It's not your spirit. You're nowhere near the Father, and you have to get near the Father on this one. And we definitely need to get right with Dad on this one, and figure out how to address coming at and fighting against these satanic attacks that's on our children, with respect to sexuality, women with respect to thinking they can just get rid of their children, just anything that's not of God. Whatever is not of God, you're nowhere even close to even think that you're going to go to heaven. So think about that. So we got to think about how we're being infiltrated by indoctrination, and look at the satanic attacks, and look at the people that Satan is using. Look at the manipulation of our loved ones, and how we're being pulled in by loved ones, friends, family, whoever, the media. We got to look at everything, and we cannot allow the devil to continue to steal, kill, and destroy, because he is the ruler of this world, and he is the one that's gonna come and just deceive. He is a deceiver, and they say if looks can be deceiving, so can manipulation be deceiving, so can feelings be deceiving, and just whatever else. So let's really take this by the I don't know what it, take this by the horns, and we gonna have to get control of this thing. And this is definitely one of the ways we're gonna have to do it. If you're not a believer, you better become one quick, fast, in a hurry, because time is of the essence and time is running out. We don't have much time left. So think about this. This is some food for thought, and It's now in yours.